What's going on, Dodgers Nation? How are we today? What's happening? It's an off day. It's a weird day to be seeing this. I'm on right now. I don't know why I'm on right now. All of a sudden, I was on Facebook Live, or I was on Twitter, and then all of a sudden, someone said, "Hey, I guess he's going live today." I had no idea this was going to happen, but I decided to just kind of go with it because why the hell not? So there's no set anything that's going to be happening here today. We're just going to talk and we're going to have a good time. And I think on Instagram Live, so if you go to @officialdodgersnation on Instagram Live, you'll actually be able to see, I'm going to have AJ on the guitar, AJ Gonzalez of Dodgers Nation, join me on Instagram. So if you're on any of these other platforms, I'm still going to talk to you on there, but I'm going to add AJ on the guitar with me, and I think I'm going to do that right now if I can figure out how to do this, because I go live with AJ on the guitar. I should be getting him up here any second now. It's waiting there. And then we're going to have a whole question and answer thing going on here. Sausage Jeans say something nice about Pedro Baez without saying "but" after. Oh, Will Henderson. That's tough. That's tough, Will Hendershot. I don't know if I can do that. Pedro Baez pitched well last night. That's about as far as I'm going to go. And hey, there's AJ Gonzalez on there with me right now. What's happening, AJ? How you doing, man? What's happening? Tell me what's going on with you.
Hey, man. I'm here, man, trying to enjoy an off night. I don't even know what we do for off nights anymore. We've had so many back-to-back games.
Oh, I know. It's crazy to actually have an off night, and I feel like every night I'm on here, and now it's an off night, and I was all excited to not actually do anything, and then Dodgers Nation tells me, hey, I think Greg's going to go on the air, so you know what? Let's just do it. So where are you at? Where are you? You know what? I want people to answer your question. So what do people want to say to AJ? This is about here. And by the way, I am on Facebook Live, Instagram Live, YouTube, Periscope, Twitch TV. All of these things are all going on, and I'm going to ask every question directly to AJ. So if you want to hear AJ's answer, go onto Official Dodgers Nation on Instagram, and that's the way that you're going to be able to get involved with him. Let's see what we have here. I'm going to start over here. I got Krish saying hello, so say hello to Krish Patel. AJ, say hello to Krish Patel.
I know Chris.
Krish, it's K-R-I-S-H. You got Gabe Guzman. All right, here, this is...
I misunderstood you. Krish Patel, how you doing?
Yeah, all right, so here's the first one. Gabe Guzman. How does this pertain to Dodgers news? It doesn't pertain to Dodgers news. You know what? You want to take over on that one? This is your idea too, AJ.
It doesn't. I've had a lot of Dodgers stuff on my mind during this little skid, whatever you want to call it, about how everyone who's panicked should put the pin back in the grenade.
Yeah. That's
why it pertains to it, and I think we should all just take a deep breath.
Right, absolutely. All right, so here's one from Joey Bats on Instagram saying, is the Barnes experiment over? You go first, and then I'll go with mine.
First of all, I love every one of our Dodgers. I don't want to... He's couldn't take an aluminum bat. That's not me trying... That's just what the eye said. If we didn't have such a deep... we've got Will Smith, and I don't mean the actor, but I think even he might hit better right now than Austin Barnes. We've got Will Smith, we've got Kyle Farmer, who, from what I hear little things that he maybe is not the best catcher defensively. So I don't know if maybe that's why we haven't called him up, and I know a lot of guys like Austin behind the plate, but at a certain point, you've got to do a cost-weight benefit. How positive does his defense / chemistry with the pitching staff affect that hole in that pool noodle that he's holding at the plate, you know?
Yeah, no, it's pretty crazy. His offense has been pretty bad. I like to think that, over these last two games, though, he's kind of starting to come around a little bit. I know it's a very, very small sample size where all he's kind of doing, he got on base 3 times in the game a couple games ago. He got on base in the last game. He's starting to take more pitches and have longer at bats, so I kind of like that. The biggest thing about Austin Barnes is that his defense is fantastic to me. I think the pitch framing that he does really makes a huge difference, where he's actually getting pitches for guys like Hyun-Jin Ryu that were not going to be there if it was Grandal at the plate. Grandal can't catch a thing to save a cold, or that's probably not the right saying, but it's close enough. But it's when Austin Barnes behind the plate, he keeps his hand in the middle of the plate every single time and just kind of lifts his arm up, and it's really nice to see because he's getting pitches that are low that he wasn't going to be getting otherwise from if Grandal was in there. So I really like his pitch framing, which is most people don't really like. Although I'm hoping that over these last couple games, what we've seen is that the offense is starting to come around. Although we'll see. All right, let's move.
Agree.
Go ahead. Yeah, all right, agreed. That's good. We all agree. All right, so let's see what we got here. I got a bunch of people. I got a hello from Ireland. Look at that. I got an Ireland. Rafael Santiago's in Ireland listening to us. So he's going all the way back here with Ireland. That's fantastic. Let's see. Need a mix of both Barnes and Grandal in one. Yeah, if you can get a guy like that, right? If you can get a guy that's Barnes and Grandal, you have the best catcher in baseball. So, good luck.
Bench retired.
Right. All right, here's one from on Instagram as well. This is from Ninja AJ123. Do you think the Dodgers will make it to the World Series? I know it's early, and this is the kind of questions I get on a nightly basis, AJ. So what do you think? Do you think that the Dodgers can make it back to the World Series this year?
Man, I'm not the great Swami. I'm not a clairvoyant, but I think it's actually very doable because to me, the teams that all frighten me, if I'm a Dodger fan, are in the American League. Like, please don't misunderstand. The Cubs are good. The Braves are very good. The Phillies are good. The Brewers are good. But when I'm up against them in a series, I'm like weeping in my beer.
Right.
I think that we will sure. Yeah, I think we can get back to the World Series at maybe. But I think with the roster we have, we should.
I think that's the biggest point that you're making right there. With the roster that we have, we should be getting back to it. The offense of this team is kind of ridiculous. From 1 through 8 is all just stacked. And you have more guys that are sitting behind them. There's only 4 guys sitting on the bench, and those 4 guys can all hit. So, I mean, your offense is stacked. The pitching staff has been fantastic. I mean, that's not hyperbole. That's saying that the pitching staff cannot, as averaging only giving up 1 or 2 runs, 3 runs a game. I don't know the exact number on it, but it's been pretty strong. So, I mean, it's the bullpen in the 9th inning without Kenley Jansen. Once Kenley Jansen comes back, that bullpen starts looking good again. So I think absolutely they can. There's nobody in the National League that scares me in the slightest. So,
absolutely.
Yep, I feel after Jansen got his cutter, he got lost some velocity. What's y'all opinion on this? And North Carolina said hi. Hey, what's up, North Carolina? Lefty Pride. What's going on, Lefty? So, AJ, that's the next question is, you feel after Jansen got his cutter, he lost some velocity. What's the opinion?
Jansen's history, he's kind of always had a cutter. Back when he was a catcher, that's why they converted him. They kept telling him, why are you throwing it with movement? And he said, that's just how I throw it. And he showed him his 2-seam grip, and or his 4-seam grip, and that's how the ball was moving. So I don't think his velocity changed from injury being used and like being overused. How many professional athletes or baseball players do you know that have that kind of heart condition? I think with him it's a mixed bag, but I think at the end of the day, when the adrenaline's pumping and it's the playoffs, I think that cutter still flies 95, 94, and I think we'll be okay. That may be a little optimistic, but that's really what I think.
No, I completely agree with you because I think that you can see that his velocity is ramping up more and more. At first, he had lost the cutter almost, and now the cutter is starting to cut again, and then the velocity kind of just came behind it, and now it's all starting to come together. He just had the heart issue, which was always a big deal. Always a big deal when it comes to your heart problems. But once that happens, I think once he comes back, and I think he's going to come back right away. I don't know, what do you think? I think from what it sounds like it wasn't as big of a deal as everybody else was making it out to be. So I think once he goes on Sunday to see the doctor, the cardiologist, they're going to say, all right, you're good to go. Once you're off the 10-day DL, get on out there again. Where do you think he's going to come up?
I think he's going to come up after his 10-day DL. Worst case scenario, if they really have to do that surgery, I think it's one of those more corrective things. I know that open heart surgery is not a small deal in any level, no matter what, kind of life situation you have. But I really do think that, and again, not a medical background, but I think that given his medical background that I've read, I think he's going to pitch again. I think that when you have that kind of heart condition traveling from those elevations back to normal elevation, I think that can cause real issues. But I think he's pitching again, and I don't see him sitting out unless, heaven forbid, something is terribly wrong with it.
Right, yeah, I think that I completely agree with you there. So, all right, let's move back up. We got some questions here on Periscope. All right, this is a good one, and it's one that I have a strong opinion about, but I think you're going to have the same one as me, so we'll see what we get. But this is from my MN Chassis on Periscope. Who is your true setup man? Kenley closer, setup Floro, and there's a happy face after it. So the real question here is, it's not about Floro and Kenley. Do you believe in the setup man on this Dodgers team? I set you up.
After Brandon Morrow, I'm not sure that I do. I think it's more of a conditional setup man based on the matchups. I really do. Because, you get a guy like Alexander who's a ground ball lefty pitcher, but you get a bunch of guys that don't match up with him, you're going to see Floro go in there and throw that absurdly high-moving fastball coming across the plate.
Yep.
I think that, again, this goes back to that Dodgers are high in the analytics game thing. I think that we don't have a set-in-stone setups man. I think it's going to be based on the matchups, which I know are more negative Dodgers fans are going to love, but...
Negative Dodger fans. I don't know if you've been watching these post games that I'm doing recently, but I don't think there's such thing as a negative Dodgers fan. Every Dodgers fan that I talk to is all roses and flowers, and it's all beautiful and rainbows, because I don't get any hate whatsoever. Everybody loves Pedro Baez. Everybody thinks that Dave Roberts should stay the manager forever. So I don't know. I think, but I agree. I don't think that there's
reactionaries whatsoever.
Right, yeah. It's not a prisoner of the moment at all. I think that I think you're right though. There's not a setup role. There is no role in this bullpen besides closer, and that's Kenley Jansen, and that's it. Everything else is completely matchup based, and it depends on if it's a righty up, if it's a lefty up, if there's a guy on base, if there's not a guy on base. It's so much about the matchup. So I'm with you on that. Let's see what we got. Here's one from Edgar Lopez. Wants to know if we agree. I don't know what we agree on yet, but let's see. The way the Dodgers are playing and struggling for first place against the Angels, Oakland, the Giants, doesn't look good for the boys in blue. I've been saying wild card, and they're going to struggle. Do you agree? You want to take care of that one?
Because they play 100 a year, I'm going to try not to get super into this, but it's such a game of streaks and mojo. I mean, the Giants, those who shall not be named, won 3 championships in the past years. Team aren't good. They got hot. They played well in the moment. I give credit where due. I don't take as much stock into the way that we perform in the regular season. Here's my backup information for those who really view. We got absolutely torched last year in September. Torched, whatever expression you want to use, like destroyed. You remember that game where Rich Hill got lit up and JD Martinez hit 4 home runs? And then we spanked them 3-0 in the division series. So while it's disconcerting to watch us struggle against that are, good to playoff worthy, I wouldn't hang my hat on them kicking our butts in the playoffs, because playoffs are a different animal. Every sport proves that.
Yep, it's very true. Especially in baseball, though, it's a whole crazy thing. When you get into the playoffs, it is legitimately 27 outs a game. It doesn't matter who you're playing. The Red Sox are playing the best ball right now. They could easily go out in the first round. It's just how baseball works. And a team that's in the wild card, could be it could be like the Mariners could jump into the wild card, or the A's jump in the wild card, and they could go all the way to the World Series. It really doesn't matter. Baseball's a crazy, crazy sport. All right, so let's see. But I'm very confident in this Dodgers team. I really think that they're going to get back into the playoffs, and then they're going to just sweep past through, not sweep, but they're going to get past everybody because nobody in there is strong enough to deal with this team when they're at full strength. We're about 15 minutes in. We're only going to do about another 15 minutes here, but I just want to remind everybody, there's a bunch of new people. We are on all the platforms. However, AJ on the guitar, at AJ on the guitar, AJ Gonzalez of Dodgers Nation is on Instagram Live answering all of your questions along with me at the exact same time. So if you want to see AJ and you want to talk directly to AJ, you can go on Official Dodgers Nation on Instagram, and you'll be able to see him and I at the exact same time. It's a whole new thing we're trying out here. We're adding people into the show, and it's on an off day, so, you know, it's even more fun. All right, let's see what else we got here. I'm going to move over to Facebook. Oh, jeez. Here's one of this fun stuff that we usually get here. Abraham Navarrete, Dave Roberts, and Pedro Baez are garbage. There, I'm a first. Yeah, good for you, buddy. You're just the first person that's ever said that, and it's not true. Okay, here's one that I think you'll be able to talk a little bit on. I have my opinions on it also, but when do you think that Julio Urias will be ready? And this is from Peter Sisson on Facebook.
All right. Looking yesterday, but I heard from one of our Dodger Nation that he pitched well. So I don't know, but if he's already throwing rehab sessions and is, throwing well, and even if he's getting hit, if he's throwing well and throwing confidently and throwing, 3 to 4 innings per session, he might be ready in September. And again, this goes back to one of those adrenaline / performance in the moment type things. The kid's not afraid. He had moments when he was like, he's got that wonderful quote in Spanish about his eye, and he says, God may have given me a bad left eye, but he gave me a great left arm, etc. I think he's a game. I think he does contribute. I think you could see him in September if the front office just doesn't think he's ready, and maybe set up a bull from that. Another couple in September to see fit for work.
Yeah, we're losing you a little bit. It's a little bit laggy and a little bit breaking up in and out at some points, but I think I got the gist of it. But yes, I think that Julio Urias is also, he's going to be back. I would assume he's going to come back up in September at some point. He's going to get called up in the September call-ups, and he's going to be a guy that is going to be in the bullpen, and he is strictly for the bullpen. 1 to 2 innings tops, depending on how he's pitching at the moment. So I think Urias is going to be all right. And then I got, let's go over to Periscope. Roberts Forever, he did a terrible job. Let's see. Do you believe the lack of a real traditional leadoff hitter affects the team? That's an interesting question. That's actually a decent question. All right, what do you think, AJ? On Instagram, by the way, at Official Dodgers Nation on Instagram with the answers. So go ahead.
But I think so. I'm sorry. Last thing that I don't want to name George 1990s is a number 4 hitter. He's power, he's speed, he's a number 4 hitter. I think that our traditional leadoff hitter has been phased out in this era. The Ricky Hendersons, and even Ricky Henderson is an exception to the rule. But the Vince Colemans, if you're as old as I am, have been phased out. You've got guys like Mike Trout was bad at leadoff before.
Yep.
So I don't think that that's necessarily true. Chris Taylor has, trailed off a little bit, but even Jock batting against righties isn't bad because at this point, I think most look at leadoff and go, look, what's their OBP? What's their on base? And Jock has been for on base percentage.
Yep.
I don't think that that's necessarily a killer for us. I really don't.
Yeah, I mean, I think that you're right because this is not leadoff hitters don't matter anymore. Anthony Rizzo of the Cubs batted leadoff once or a few times. I think that Bryce Harper was batting leadoff at some point. Jock Peterson. It's no longer about speed in this game. There's the typical Dave Roberts leadoff guy who's going to steal 40 bases doesn't exist in this game of baseball anymore. There might be a guy here or there, like Billy Hamilton was doing it for a little bit, but he's not even doing it anymore. For the most part, you're going to get guys, whoever has the high on-base percentage, gets on base, and has a little bit of power. Those are the types of guys that you're going to see. The higher the on-base percentage, the more leadoff they're going to see if they're not typical guys like, even Machado is not going to, most likely is not going to be the leadoff batter. I think you're going to see the on-base percentage is your biggest threat to be a leadoff hitter. And just, there's no more steals anymore. This game is not about the steals. You get a little bit, the Dodgers have been doing it a little bit this month in August. I think they have 17 or 18 steals in August, which is leading all of NL. Very strange, but that came out of nowhere. That's just a random thing because nobody expects them to steal. So they're like, all right, we're going to take off. It probably doesn't last, and we're not going to be seeing that. I just dropped water everywhere. Great. Let's see. Father of two and a do. I say your name all the time wrong, but pregame show happening anytime soon. That'd be interesting. I don't know. Maybe instead of a postgame show, we could do a pregame show. What do you think, AJ? Not a bad idea. We'll see.
Not a bad idea. That's your area of expertise. But I do think that now that somebody brought it up, that may not be a bad way of getting people hyped if they're not already hyped about it's time for Dodger baseball, which God help them if they're
right
enough. I think to touch on every game, that's not a terrible idea.
No, I mean, it could see maybe every once in a while, but I mean, it would help with when the Dodgers lose and we just get mass amount of hate thrown at me, and it's no longer hearts that are being thrown up on all these things. It's all angry faces, just like, oh, this bullpen's the worst, and I hate everybody. That's pretty much everything that I get on those kind of days. Someone says on here, Mookie Betts bats leadoff. Exactly, Mookie is one of the biggest power hitters in all of American League right now, and he's batting leadoff. So. It's just not that. All right, I like this question. I was talking about it on ESPN a little bit today, or at least Mason and Ireland were. This is from Gene Kim on Facebook. It says, gondola would be dope. Great views on the way to the Blue Heaven. There's also another thing. There's the Boring Company is also making what is it, the Blue Loop or something like that, or the Dodger Loop, where they're going to go from East Hollywood to Dodger Stadium in 4 minutes underground. Would you rather be above ground or below ground? Did you not see that? I saw your face. Did you not? Oh, you're in like Mississippi or like like Texas or Tennessee. Yeah, Tennessee. Well, anyway, Elon Musk is making the Boring Company and Elon Musk are making a tunnel underground that is going to be able to shoot your car there in 4 minutes. Or they're going to be on a bus and you're just going to shoot you there in 4 minutes. It's going to take like 1,500 people a day, which would be great. So would you rather be underground in LA with all the earthquakes, or would you rather be above ground in a gondola with all the earthquakes?
I'm not sure. I'll confess something about your nation. I grew up in Giants country in NorCal and into San Francisco. And I knew it was the Bay, but ignored it because it's just that. So but from a perspective, I'm not sure what the better idea is. I was in LA last weekend with the teams. It's maybe throwing a pint of water at a $100 fire, but
right. Yeah, so I mean, I missed a little bit of it, but for the most part, I get you're San Francisco. The BART was underground too, right? BART's underground, so that's it's kind of be the same. BART is better than Metro too, which actually somebody points out here. Nerd47 says the BART is better than the Metro, which is true because everything is better than the Metro. Although I take it every day, so that's not so bad. All right. Let's see, we got over here back on Facebook. Hi, Greg, Downey, California 562. Hello, Elizabeth. What's going on with you? Let's see, back over here on Periscope. To be honest, this is Lake Show's 824. To be honest, the past years, we've always dominated, so it's nice to see us in the heart of pennant race. I'm glad you're enjoying it. I don't know about you, AJ, but I am not really all that excited about being in the heart of the pennant race. I want a 15-game lead right now. I don't want to be struggling to get I want to be leading the National League and just coasting through the end. I don't know. What about you? You enjoying this pennant race?
It's entertaining for baseball fans that have less of an allegiance or loyalty to the Dodgers than I do. My
Yeah, it's just crazy. All right, Alexander, I'm getting a lot of stuff about Scott Alexander. Scott Alexander's not horrible. He just doesn't have the mentality for a closer, more like middle or specialist. Still don't trust Alexander. Agree on dumping Baez, but I like Alexander. So there's a lot of dump Baez and Alexander. So this is a whole bunch of, I'm getting a lot of hate towards Scott Alexander right now. Real fast, me personally, I like Scott Alexander in a non-closing role. I think when he comes in, he's actually looked really, really good. He's getting strikeouts. He's averaging about 8 strikeouts per 9, which is not terrible by any means. And he gets these ground ball outs. He doesn't give up home runs. The ball's not really in the air ever. So you're never really worried about that home run ball. And if you get a ball on the ground, you're going to get that double play. He's leading the team in double plays. So I don't know. I think it'd be interesting. By the way, Wyatt Holtz, what's going on, Wyatt? Good to see you. Good to talk to you. And what do you think? Scott Alexander. And then we got Scott is not clutch. A lot of stuff there.
Like you said, it's just a strike or nothing. You know, he throws seamers, whatever you want to call them. They're very on. But he does get hit. Not a lot of balls hit in the air. I think that he's good in the right situation. I don't necessarily myself would call him like a Brandon Morrow.
Mm-hmm.
But in the right situation, you know you're 7th inning and you still got your starter in there for whatever reason, and he's got a runner on. If I want that DP, I'm absolutely calling for Scott Alexander.
Yep, exactly. He's the guy that you want when you have a runner on base. He's going to get that DP. So, all right, here's one. We only got a couple minutes left, so I think we're going to end on this one, and then we'll just, promote everything. But for the most part, and I'll give you your final thoughts as well, but this is the last question I want to get, and this is from the Village Idiot, and I'm only answering this because Village Idiot every night on Instagram says something genius to me. He's the only one that ever says anything remotely. I'm like, oh my God, that's exactly what I'm thinking. We're on the same page here, Village Idiot. I love you. All right, so this is from him. He says, fellas, if Kershaw opts out of the contract, I know this is next year, but we're going to do it anyway. If Kershaw opts out of the contract, do you show him the money or let him walk? What do you think?
Damn, they had to ask me the one question I didn't want to answer.
Yeah, well, it's the last one, too.
Dude, I'm a homer. I'll admit it. Like, my dog's name is Kobe. I do kind of fall into that. Kobe, yeah. I do kind of fall into that cult of personality thing. So I love Kersh. If he in the pitching the way that he has to start last one, I think with the money and the owners that we have, maybe this do pony it up. Loss and velocity is not my concern. It's regardless of over whether the team faced were light hitting.
Right. Oh, you're breaking up a little bit there, but I think you're saying pony up the money, and I think that most likely, especially if he keeps going the way that he's going, you have to pony up the money. And I don't think it depends on what it is, though. I think the right price, you do what you can to keep Kershaw in. Just the other night, he went 8 innings with what was it? No 1-run ball. No run ball. I don't remember exactly what it was, but it was either 1 or no runs, and he looked fantastic. He had zero run ball. 7 of 9 of his strikeouts were swing and miss strikeouts, which is exactly what you saw when he was younger. And when he was pitching, when he was that great Kershaw that he always was. But I think that he's now a guy that's trying to learn how to pitch to his strength, which is not the speed anymore. It's the slider. It's using the curveball at the right time, and it's hitting his spots just like Greg Maddux used to do when he got a little bit older in age and just learned how to actually pitch and hit his spots. And you're seeing that more from Kershaw. And so I think he's either going to opt in or he's going to opt. Even if he opts out, you give him money, just not $35 million a year for 7 years. All right, I think that's just about going to do it for us. Thank you very much. All right, AJ, if you have any last thoughts, go ahead, get them out there. You've been thinking about this for the last few days, or everybody's been thinking about it for the last few days. So give us your final thoughts on what you think of this Dodgers team on an off day, and we'll head out from there.
Hopefully this comes through without lag, but every Dodger fan that's getting really sad or depressed or angry, put the pin back in the grenade. We've has been underperforming. I think we finished this season strong for a lot of the different reasons that I actually posted in a separate video. I think we're just underperforming because of circumstance. I think you're going to see us win a lot of games coming up soon towards the end of the season, and we're right in that playoff race. So I think everybody just calm down, take a breath, and just keep watching.
Yep, I'm with you. That came across great. It was actually perfect. One of the only answers that was actually straight through perfect. So very nice. I'm with you. I agree with you. I think this is just a dead period. We have to think. Let's really think about this for a second, just to end this off. 35 games, I believe, in a row. If you take out the 3 games against the Giants, all against contending teams, because you got 3 coming up against the Mariners, and then you got another 3 coming against the St. Louis Cardinals, which they're kind of close. There's a whole, and all they've seen is Phillies and Braves, and who else did they have? They had the Astros in there, and they had the Phillies again. They had Milwaukee twice. I mean, they saw all they're seeing are contending first and second place teams. It's tough. There was 17 games in 17 days, and now they're just starting to get some rest, and Kenley Jansen goes down in the middle of it. That's tough. But anyway, AJ, thank you very much for joining me tonight on an off night. It was a great idea. I think a lot of people enjoyed the show. I got to thanks Greg. I got to thanks you guys were great. I got a lot of good positive feedback here. So thank you, AJ. And let's try and do this again sometime. It was fun.
My pleasure. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Greg.
All right. See ya. And that's going to do it for us here on Dodgers Nation post-game show on an off day. And you know what? It was fun, guys. Thank you very much for sitting around with us. I know you guys have a ton more questions, but this was an off day, so we're shutting it down early, just doing a 30-minute show. If you need anything from us, I'm happy to answer them at Bergman Greg, BergmanGreg, at Bergman Greg. And you can also follow AJ, who you were hearing on Instagram, as long as it didn't sound like a robot. He is great. He has a lot of inside knowledge as well, or insight and knowledge as well. You can find him on Twitter as well, at AJ on the Guitar. At AJ on the Guitar. And it was a lot of fun. So we're going to try and do this again sometime this week. If not, I will definitely be doing one Sunday or Monday. Most likely Monday, maybe on Sunday as well. Not sure. Thank you, guys. It was fun. And go Dodgers. I think this is the start of something big. They're going to have a big, big series in Seattle coming up. Thanks a lot, guys. Have a good one.